Thank you so much for your service. You're welcome. So how am I supposed to start this? As we drove out of town, I called my sister. My hands shook, my mouth dry. When her name flashed across the screen, my finger lingered over the button. My whole body trembled as I hit it. Hello, hey, I said, my voice sounding weak, far away. Where did you get those tapes? She sounded surprised by my call, distracted. The attic, she replied. Didn't you already watch them? She sounded confused, which was weird. No, I lied. Just wondering what else is up there. What else would be in that box? More of me, more of us, more of my parents, my real parents. I hung up and turned the car onto the next street, pulling into a gas station, pushing the car doors open. I had to sit, had to rest, before I could find the strength to drive home, to search that box, to keep watching, to keep learning. I got out, walked into the convenience store and ordered myself a coffee, a triple espresso. I needed to wake up, to get stronger, to brace myself for what was to come. Back at the motel, I stared at the ceiling for a while. I listened to the air conditioning hum. I tried to calm myself, but I knew I wouldn't rest even when I slept. What if I dreamed of the man in the black clothes? What if he came for me? What if he came for everyone? I stood up and went to the window. When I pulled back the curtains, the room was bright and empty. Everything was fine. I told myself everything was fine. And then I reached for that box. Inside the cardboard, hidden away in a world of dust and old photographs, was another set of tapes. 2 more to go. The first was labeled simply Birth Week 2. This one started out warmly. It was the most normal, the most comfortable, of all the tapes I'd seen so far. Mother sang to me as I swaddled in the hospital bassinet, a lullaby, gentle, soft, soothing. Then Father stepped into frame, holding me aloft, my head resting comfortably against his shoulder. He kissed the top of my head. Our little Nate, he said, his voice loud and strong, healthy as can be. Camera panned away slightly, and Mother leaned into his embrace. They looked good together, my parents, healthy, happy, hopeful. I wanted to remember this, to keep this locked in my mind, to hold on to the feeling. But then the camera jerked. My mother flinched, startled, something outside the frame. What was that? She whispered. Father looked to whatever had made the noise. The wind, probably, he answered, though he sounded uncertain. Mother leaned closer to him, whispering, Are you sure? The answer never came. Instead, we got a wide shot of the maternity ward. Empty bassinets, blank walls. I saw the door at the end of the hall. My door, our door. Someone else was out there. The camera followed as Father carried me out of the hospital. My mother walked close behind, smiling brightly at the sun. She took a deep breath and held it for a moment. We named him Nathan Nathaniel Carter, she said to the camera, after his grandfather, Nate. She put her arm in mine and squeezed. I was only hours old. The man following us, however, didn't look happy, didn't look well. He seemed tired, defeated, but it was the way he walked, hunched over, bent at the waist, that scared me, like he was broken. I wanted to reach out and touch his hand, tell him it was okay, but then I remembered what I'd seen earlier. That man was dangerous. He hurt people, and I knew who he was now, the man who followed us home from the hospital, the man who took my life. The next tape was different. The image was grainy, almost like an old black and white movie. The audio was choppy, scratchy. The room I recognized, my room, but it was also unfamiliar. The furniture was wrong. The pictures on the wall weren't ours. I must have been 5 or 6. I was sitting in the corner with my teddy bear, looking terrified. Don't eat the bugs, Nathan, a man's voice said. Don't be afraid. I looked up. The camera came into focus slightly, catching the side of the man's face, his black hair, his pale skin, his black eyes. Not my dad. Who was that? Was this him? Was this real? Then my mum appeared. Why are you scaring him? She asked. It's not nice. He said nothing, didn't respond, just looked at me, at the bear. Then he extended a finger and wiggled it slowly. See, little buddy, he said, just like this bug. I screamed. He dipped his finger lower, almost touching me. Leave me alone, I cried. Make him go away. I pleaded with my mum, but she looked confused, so I screamed louder. But the man was getting closer. Don't come any closer, I shouted. I threw my bear at him. Go away, I cried. The man paused, then bent down to pick the bear up. Look, he said, holding the bear over me. It wants to say hello. He poked me in the chest with the stuffed animal. Say hello, Mr. Bug-Eater. I kicked at him. I hate you, I cried. Then he smiled, a terrible grin that showed off teeth too sharp, too long. Good, he said, and he ate my teddy bear. And finally, the last tape, the final piece of the puzzle, the last of my childhood. The title read simply Birthday. I hit play and braced myself. The room was cluttered with toys, too many toys. My eyes scanned the walls covered with drawings. Then I saw her, my mum. She held up a stack of presents wrapped in colorful paper. She was happy. Joy radiated from her. She was beautiful. Beside her, my dad held my hand, squeezing gently. Ready? He asked. For what? I asked, looking toward the camera. He smiled and winked. To open your gifts, he said. To celebrate. The camera moved closer, picking up the details. The balloons, the streamers, the drawings. My drawing. It was stuck to the fridge, right in front of the camera. I traced a picture of a stick-figure family. Mine, me, Mom, Dad, and a fourth person. A mystery. I colored the mysterious figure brown. Who's that? My dad asked. I said, looking from the drawing to the camera. Another bug-eater, I guess. I thought about what I had seen in the previous tapes. What did they mean? Why was that man always there? Why did he scare me? Why did he try to hurt me? The tape flickered and went static. I rewound it and watched it again. The static returned. So I pressed play again and waited. Static. I rewound, hit play. The screen was full of static. And when it cleared, there he was, the man in the brown suit. His face loomed large, close enough to reach out and touch. His lips curled into a wide smile and he spoke, but his words were lost in the din. Then he leaned forward, close enough now. I could see the flecks in his eyes, see the spittle fly from his mouth, and he licked his lips and said, "Happy birthday, Nate." I stood there as the video finished, my hand frozen over the power button. I was numb. Nothing else mattered anymore. All those years, all those questions, now I had answers. I was never Nate. I wasn't born into that family. I was taken, stolen, kidnapped, abducted. Why? Why me? I wanted to scream, wanted to shatter the window, to crawl under the bed, anywhere to escape. Escape what? From who? I couldn't tell you. The truth is, I still don't know. But I know one thing. That man didn't kill my biological father. He killed the man who adopted me, who raised me, who loved me. And I think that sometimes, in some ways, he might have been right.